There we go.
We're live all the time.
We're Memorex.
Memorex. Nobody uses Memorex anymore.
I've got some. I have some that aren't even open yet.
I've still got Betamaxes, but it doesn't mean I want to use them. That's just how it goes.
We had a great gun conversation. We go live and we're going Betamax.
Well, it's a good thing we weren't talking about cassette tapes or 8-tracks. I mean, come on.
There you go. The M16 was the VHS, and the M4 is now Betamax.
No. The M4 is more like a CD.
Yeah, there you go.
And do we have what replaces the M4? Well, there was going to be the XM8, but that went the way of MP3 players.
It could have been worse. It could have been that one that the one the Marines were using, that IWI or whatever the heck it was. It was
Israeli weapons are really nice, dude.
Yeah.
It was like a 223 and a grenade launcher put together. With huge freaking. It was like a bullpup almost,
So we were talking guns in the pre-chat because hey. Nighthawk likes guns. Night Strike likes guns. Travis P. Unse likes guns. George likes guns too. If he can only look at them through the glass. And yes, George, I'm teasing you.
I know, that's why I'm laughing.
Don't tease George, please, George.
We're gonna get George an AR one of these days.
I got my ARs. I got 2.
Okay, we're going to get you an AK one of these days.
There we go. That sounds better.
Why does George need an AK?
Because he's Texan.
I'm a Texan.
Yeah. Okay. That's one clear indication. One, he's a Texan. Most Texans have at least one AR and one AK.
Yeah. Got a good Matt. Matt has AKs and ARs.
I mean, Travis can't argue this logic.
No, it's true. Every Texan I know has at least one AR and one AK.
Yeah.
When I lived in Texas, I had one AR and one AK. That's true.
There you go.
Wow. They're not calling me out on this one. All right. Win for Night Strike.
I was just sitting there thinking, I bought my first AK in 92 and my first AR right before the ban. So, yeah. And I was living in Texas at the time. I was stationed in Texas. So.
That's hilarious, but you know what? There you go. All right, who we got out there on the YouTube chat? I've got it set at top chat instead of live chat. Shame on me. But we got Kingpin out there. We got Scott79. Roland Trip is out there. Sam of Anarchy 92 is out there. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing this evening? We've got a couple topics to talk about tonight. They're not very, some of them are okay, some of them are like meh because some state governments just can't get their asses in gear and actually put good laws forth. But again, that's most of the country.
Well,
right?
Let's be honest. You only can't get good gun laws passed when Republicans are in power, and you only have to spend all your time defending your rights when Democrats are in power. So
Yeah. At least my Republicans actually got me open carry. I mean,
welcome to the free world.
Yeah, I know, right?
Tennessee did that a long time ago.
Well, it's baby steps, okay?
I was going to say, did anybody, any country or anybody end up using the XM8? I thought they
yes. Now before we get into the topics this evening,
El Salvador. I'm looking it up now.
I am looking. It was like 2 countries, I think.
El Salvador and Sweden. Let's see. Don't say it. Let me pull it up.
I've got it right there. I've got it right here. Malaysia.
Okay.
Malaysia adopted it.
The Royal Malaysian Navy.
The reason I asked was because I remember that when the XM8 and that other rifle I was talking about were being experimented, they were on trials. They didn't make it, right? The thing that makes me laugh is that they made it in the movies. The XM8 came out in the sequel to what to call it. It's a dang movie, that Vin Diesel movie that he didn't come out in the second one.
Triple X.
Triple X. There you go. Triple X. He came out. The rifle came out in Triple X2, the State of the Union, and then the other rifle I was talking about came out in James Bond's. I think it was Another Day.
Yeah,
Korean for using it.
Yeah.
And it was all like painted camouflage and stuff. And I just see this huge rifle, being shot at. I was like, I know what that is.
I remember the company coming around and demoing these things. They like set up ranges. They had them down at Benning,
and they said it was different. But from what I remember hearing about them, basically it was just a G36 and a glorified shell. That's all it was.
Yeah.
It had a grenade launcher.
Yeah,
it had that grenade launcher.
It had the grenade launcher attachment. I know.
Yeah, and the 2283.
But
platform.
But at the end of the day, if you looked at the inside of the parts of the XM8, it was just the G36.
They advertised it with a drum magazine, and no military in the world uses a drum magazine on anything. It was It was a mess. They had this simulator that was like Arma 1 that you could go on, and you'd be using the XM8 with it. There was this carbine model that didn't have a stock on it. There was all sorts of awful crap.
Yeah, I remember seeing an episode of Mail Call on the History Channel, and they demoed the rifles. Yeah, they're interchangeable. You can make it into a carbine. You can make it into a full length rifle. You can make it into a machine gun.
The one variant I really liked was the LMG variant. Do you remember that one?
Yep.
Yeah. The LMG variant actually looked like at some point somebody actually had a good idea.
Yeah.
But then again, they lost it.
Yeah.
But I don't know why HK didn't just try and push the G36 to the United States, because that probably would have done better.
The G36 would not have passed a single U.S. Army dust test. Not a one. And we were never going to go with a 7.62 by 51 rifle. That was not going to happen.
No, the G36 is 5.56.
Or 5.56. Sorry, it was 5.56. Sorry, why do I think the G36?
You're probably thinking the G3.
Thinking the G3, yeah. Okay, so
we already went past the 7.62 rifles. We're done with those.
Also, you can't have our soldiers carrying a G36. They just won't be sexy.
The soldiers or the rifles?
The rifles.
Okay.
I think it's the XM8 reminded me like when they talked about introducing the M16 to the soldiers, to the military, and they say, "Oh, this is too new. It's like a space gun,"
And you know what? When they said they were bringing on the Space Force, I was hoping they'd pull the XM8s out of mothball to use in the Space Force.
Did you know that the Baltimore City Police Department uses G36Ks?
Yeah.
They have 2,000 of them. What the hell?
Can we get that shit surplus?
Yeah, right?
Surplus.
Right? You know how we were speaking about AKs? I bought mine from Foos.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It has my name on the receiver.
It does.
Oh wow, cool.
All right, who's screen share?
That's the inspiration for the XM8 right there. That's the Worlds of Wonder laser tag rifle from 1985.
Oh my god!
All right.
Oh my
god,
Travis! Stop dating us in public, Travis. Stop.
Dude, I had one of these when I was a kid. This thing was freaking.
I know.
It had a variable rate of fire. You could do single action, or you could have a variable automatic.
I had one too.
It had a slider on it and stuff. So my friends got so pissed off. They just sit there behind the bush and just open up on them.
One of my favorite things to this day. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Travis. I lagged.
No, go ahead, man. Yeah.
Oh, no. One of my favorite things to this day is to take my employees and let them shoot each other in a laser tag arena.
Oh,
that is
absolutely.
Still the best stuff in the world.
They made it in black too, apparently, but here it is. Yeah, at one point they made a black one also. I'd never seen this one, though.
That's the one I had. I had the black one.
You have the black one?
I had the black one, yeah.
I'm not seeing the picture that disappeared, so.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah.
But, but I granted, my grandparents got me everything, So, but again, okay, we got actually topics to talk about tonight. It's just we got on a tangent of talking about guns and like history and stuff, and it's just you know you got to get through that first, otherwise you know.
So here in about a month, 2 of you will have former Foos guns. I need to sell the other 2 something.
I think you need to sell me the Makarov too, Foos. That's what I think you need to do.
Yeah.
Moose.
I took somebody.
Come on, you know you don't want it.
Well, no, it's not that. That means I'd have to go out and buy another 9 Mac because I like to have 2 guns per caliber.
So you're saying you have another gun that does Mac?
I could trade you for my Makarov and then just give you some extra ammo to sweeten the deal.
How many 5.7s do you have? What?
0.
Okay.
No, I have a CZ82.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a good choice.
Nighthawk Medic, the joke is that the Mac that Foos has is the one Travis had in his cart on Classic Firearms, and then Foos bought it out from underneath him like a minute before.
Yeah. Like the people at Classic Firearms, one person had a Travis P11 sticker going, walking to it, got distracted by the big titty bitch walking next door, and then I swooped it, and then another guy swooped in and put my name on it.
I was trying to put my discount code in Travis P11, and it wasn't taking it. So by the time I checked out, Foos had already bought the last one.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
For $200.
Yeah. Back when guns were reasonably priced.
I'm buying a Howa because I don't have a bolt action long range glass. So I'm buying. Hopefully PSA sends a Howa.
I bought a Mosin the other day.
I heard finally.
Yeah, finally. You know how much? Yeah, Type 53, and how much I paid for it?
2.5.
2.5, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was on the chat.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. All right, so first up of things that go wrong in this country. Yeah, anybody that's following the Louisiana, legislator and their constitutional carry bill that was vetoed by the governor. Well, it seems like it's dead in the water now. There was a possibility that they could have, overrode the veto, but the Louisiana legislator has decided to not override the veto. So, because they tried to override it today, and 4 legislators who had voted for the original bill, 3 Republicans and 1 Democrat, changed their votes. That was enough for the override effort to fail and keep Louisiana from becoming the 22nd constitutional carry state. Well, you know who they are. So
this proves that no matter what, which side you're on, they don't want to advance gun rights, and they really don't want to pull them away either. They don't want to keep status quo.
Well, dude, I literally said it, and everybody got rowdy with me, right? The only time you can't get a good gun law passed is when Republicans are in office, and the only time when you have to struggle to keep your rights all the time is when the Democrats are in office. There's just, you know what I mean? It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
So this bipartisan thing, like making sure government is stagnated, because that's how our government's supposed to be. Our government's supposed to be very slow to react, very stagnated, very analytical. That's how they are with firearms. They don't want shit to change, but with everything else, they want to be like the speed of light.
Yeah. But of those that voted against what they had voted originally, Senator Pat Connick of Louisiana, who voted for concealed carry during the regular session, was among 3 senators who said that they had changed their minds. So don't reelect this asshole. End of story.
Dude, that has no. People don't even know who the other options are in the voting booth these days.
Yeah, I do want you guys to explain one thing to me. And this is really a stupid question, but why is it that law enforcement is opposed to citizens being able to carry concealed legally? Because
control.
Many of the law enforcement officers I've spoken to in Highway Patrol, they're totally for it. Especially here in Nebraska. So what is the deal?
It's the guys in charge. It's not the guys that are out there on the streets.
You can't do that anymore. You cannot paint all of law enforcement with a single brush and say that we're surrounded by non-rights stomping law officers, because that's not the case anymore, dude. There are a significant number of liberals in law enforcement these days, like a lot of them. I have been watching Second Amendment rights get stomped on by law enforcement for almost 3 years now. Okay, we can't say it's just the guys upstairs anymore. So listen, if you and I conspire to injure somebody and we work together to make it happen, and then a third guy covers it up, who all goes to jail?
No one.
Right.
Also, police officers don't like being shot at, so
I agree.
If they're going to say force a warrant or something, right? They want to go to a house that the guy cannot fight back.
That's right.
So
you don't want criminals shooting.
The reason cops don't want people with firearms is because the big brother, i.e. government, sends them to houses that they shouldn't be at, meaning that person that they're going to is on a drug crime or something that is a that really doesn't affect anyone else except it's against the law. All those laws should be gone. 2/3 of the stops or the encounters with the public will be gone, and you won't have that shit.
No.
So is there such thing as a victimless crime?
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. If we can agree that there's such thing as a victimless crime, then we can agree that most of the laws on the book are designed just to make money.
Yes.
Right?
I would say 2/3 to 3/4 of the laws on the books are victimless crimes just to make money, and the only reason that they are illegal is because it's a law. It affects no one.
So here's where the line gets blurry and everybody starts to freak out. And this is super duper important because, by the way, everybody right now who's worried about somebody coming and taking your guns, it's not going to be a group of Democrats. Okay? It's not going to be BLM. It's not going to be Antifa. It's going to be Bob, the local friendly law enforcement officer. Okay,
it's going to be the thin blue line that people are like, I'm all for this. They're going to be the ones, because think about this: you're in your daily job. If your boss comes up to you and goes, "Hey, I want you to do this," and you are adamantly against it, and like, well, you do it or you're fired. What are you going to do?
We watched it happen over and over again. The local cops in Germany, the local cops in Cuba, the local cops in Russia, they became the Gestapo, they became the SS, they became all of these different people eventually because they were just doing their jobs, right? Yeah. They were just trying to stay alive. They were just trying to feed their kids the same way everybody else will. So I'm not into abolishing police, and I'm not into destroying law enforcement, because God help us all if we have to protect ourselves. This place will turn into a madhouse, okay? So, but what I am into is having realistic conversations about what we actually want law enforcement to look like and what we actually want law enforcement to do. I don't think that any governmental position should have a level of immunity associated with it. So anybody in any level of government, to include, elected officials in different offices, police, sheriffs, and people of that nature, should be eligible to be sued for their personal actions. Okay? I'm not saying remove immunity, remove protections for law enforcement officers in their entirety. But I think if you're running a department, you should have accountability to the individual citizens of your state.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There we go. We got some good news.
Yeah.
We got some good news to talk about. Apparently, the Chipman nomination is heading south fast.
I saw that. I'm really super excited about it.
Last week, we read between the lines of a CNN article that hinted that the Chipman nomination isn't looking good. Now, with the number 2 Democrat in the Senate acknowledging issues with Chipman to a Dem-friendly outlet like Politico, that seals the deal. Chipman's nomination is officially in deep doo-doo.
I'm just surprised that they got Satan to agree to run after him, because there's no way whoever they run next will not be 3 times worse than Chipman. Yeah. He'll just be better at lying.
But listen to this. Senate Majority Whip Dick Durbin, we all know who he is, from Illinois, said Monday that there are a lot of issues with President Joe Biden's pick to oversee the nation's firearm regulations. The Senate has yet to move forward on David Chipman's nomination to lead the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. A handful of moderate Democrats, including Senators Joe Manchin, West Virginia, John Tester, Montana, have yet to say whether they'll support his nomination. Durbin acknowledged Monday that the whip count is not where we want it yet, but there's always a chance, is what they're saying. But there's always a chance that it won't. So, I mean, Chipman, he's not likable. One, there's also issues like that he lost one of his guns while working for the ATF at one point. It's like, do we really want someone who's losing his gun everywhere in charge of, a governmental agency?
Nope.
Do you really need small reasons not to have him?
I don't need a one.
I mean, what difference does it make if he lost his gun or not? I've had a gun stolen before. The fact is, he's a liberal, so that's why we don't want him there.
Yeah,
I'm just down that I don't want Gary Busey's brother to be part of the ATF.
No.
Right.
So the issue is this: we shouldn't have a liberal or a conservative in there. We should have someone that abides by the laws.
Well, that doesn't make any sense, because a liberal has the philosophy of not abiding by the law. So, yes, I'm accurate by saying I don't want a liberal.
I want a libertarian.
Liberals have platforms, and their platform says we're anti-gun. So.
Yep.
Technically, any political party in the United States has a platform.
Yes.
So
that's my point.
How do we get someone affiliated with the political party?
Liberal.
Hang on. Libertarians do not have a platform. They can't decide what they want to do. Let's all be fair.
That's why a libertarian is perfect for the ATF.
I agree. He would spend so much time arguing with himself that he'd be unable to enact any new laws.
Exactly. That, and he wouldn't believe in processing, tax stamps.
I don't know. I think people would be in such awe that a
taxation is
libertarian
got a position somewhere.
Yeah, they would think he was God or something.
I will never forget watching libertarians just scrambling to put a candidate together for the first time in my life when I was in my 30s. I was like, what's wrong with these people? I mean, the most successful candidate they've ever run was Ross Perot. Somebody
Ross Perot.
Somebody kill me.
What do you mean, you people?
So Kingpin says we don't know what conservative means. So Kingpin, I'm a conservative constitutionalist. So tell me what you think conservative means.
I'm looking up the definition. So,
well, we believe in small government or limited government. We believe in taxation and free, we believe in anti. What's the
conservatism is actually much narrower than that. Conservative means we don't want things to change. So as a conservative,
you're talking about,
but
definition of
the actual textbook definition is a person who is averse to change and holds traditional values. 1.
Correct. So
2, a person favoring free enterprise, private ownership, and socially traditional ideas.
But you have to talk about what they don't want to change. You just can't talk about the definition.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
What we don't want to change is
Kingpin says we don't know what it means, so I looked it up in the dictionary so we know what it means.
I've been one for a long time, so I know what it means.
Yeah. We're not talking about you, dude. We're talking about Kingpin. We know you know.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that we believe in free markets. I mean, we believe in a lot of cool stuff. Well,
Kingpin is going on saying conservatism isn't a political party. No, it's not. It's a side of a political party.
It's a philosophy.
So just like there are conservative Republicans and then there are liberal Democrats.
Here's the irony, okay? Conservatives believe in more equal opportunity for each individual than liberals do.
Yeah. Absolutely correct.
We want everyone to be successful.
Exactly.
So somebody asked me one time what my biggest belief was in this world, and I said, I'm going to steal a quote from a man who I think was a genius. I believe and want there to be a world one day where a person is chosen by the content of his character as opposed by the color of his skin. And those words should never have been more true than right now in our country, but they're treating them like hate speech.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Liberals hate Martin Luther King. They just pretend like they don't.
Yep, they despise Dr. King because they understand that what he's saying is, you mofos are racist when you're standing up there saying the color of skin determines something. That is the definition of racism. Yeah. And we all know it.
They despise Martin Luther King, but they take Martin Luther King Day off every year.
I don't like the Labor Party, but you bet your butt I take Labor Day off every year.
Well, if it's a national
he likes Mondays anyway, right?
Yep.
Wow, guys. Thanks for lowering the bar just a little bit for
us. That's what we do best.
Good time.
Good time.
Okay. We got a super chat from Savage Sharpshooter saying, "Gotta need you to simmer a bit. Damn near blew out my speakers reading that definition." Yeah, sorry about that.
Turn your volume down, Nice Rick. Jesus.
I'll turn my volume down. I'm sorry, guys.
Turn the amp down.
I know. I'm having to yell just to get
an accident like Marty McFly.
Hey, New York Outcast says he'll jump in and let us listen to him dealing with a kidney stone.
Well,
thanks.
Come on, New York.
That's any different than what? Normal?
I want to hear him pee with the kidney stone. Let's have this. Let's go all the way.
You'd be like,
you're some hardcore screaming. Yeah.
It burns when I pee.
Can't they do like ultrasound or something on?
Wait.
Ultrasound.
It burns when you pee, so you pee daily.
Ultrasonic
ultrasound. Yeah. I guess he's not having a baby in his penis. I guess.
Yeah. Ultrasonic treatments to break up kidney stones is not always effective, but yes, they can.
I took a medication once and it broke it. It broke it up.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big. It wasn't as real big, but they told me you could take this and it'll break it and just when you urinate, it'll come out. And I'm kind of like okay. I was like, man, I can't stand this thing. This sucks, man. Thank God it's not worse.
All right. The next article is we've still got time left on the pistol brace redetermination comments. So I'm going to post the link out there in the YouTube chat. If everyone can, if you haven't done so already, please go and post a comment. I'll put it in the description of the video. But
has anyone ever done any research to see how many times public comments actually made an effect on the outcome of the legislation?
M855?
Huh?
M855?
Public comments?
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look at that.
I think we saw some pretty good effect on the last couple of I mean,
I always thought public comments were just something that they had to do, but they never paid attention to.
Well, it is a requirement. You're right about that.
No,
I don't know what
requirement.
impact. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I just don't know what impact. I don't know how you would evaluate that.
Well, you would have to just go back to every piece of legislation and just research it and mark down which ones passed and which ones didn't, and what was the percentage of. I mean, there's a scientific method. You could figure it out.
So, you could.
Again, if you haven't commented on it,
go nuts.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that next. That's why I started laughing.
And Gabriel, I don't have a link to the frames and receivers one. Do you have a link to that one? Daniel throws out a $2 super chat. He says, "All hail Night Strike." Thank you, my son. Thank you. It's a running joke, apparently.
Boy,
didn't he say that last night?
He did. It's one of his things. It's one of his catchphrases.
What is it? Okay, hail.
Hail.
The body count is dropping rapidly. What did we offend everybody with?
No.
3 out of 3 people have had kidney stones at some point.
No, I think it's 60% of the gun community is liberal, so we probably pissed them off.
Nighthawk, you're a medic. You can fix that, right?
Kidney stones? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you some instructions you're not gonna like.
Well, maybe we'll save that for off-air talk.
Yeah, we'll save that for off-air talk.
If there was ever a case for induced comas, that would be.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. All right. So those are some of the topics I had tonight, and we talked about some other stuff. But if any of you guys got anything you want to talk about tonight, whether it be guns, whether politics, something that's on your mind, please go ahead and email me nightstrike@gmail.com. If you got a topic or you got a question, nightstrike@gmail.com.
Y'all never talk about what I want to talk about.
If you've got a gun picture that you'd like to show everybody, go ahead and send me an email again. We'll show it if it's appropriate. But again, you guys got comments or questions, go ahead and at Night Strike or send a super chat out, and we'll read them. Again, Tony, you said you had a topic. So what topic do you have tonight?
Yeah,
Tony?
but you don't like my topics.
Well, I'm giving you
here's
a chance.
I just hacked the. Did y'all hear about the? Well, okay, so you know who Lou Elizondo is, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I got. Did you see the latest interview with him?
I have not. Well,
because it was a paid per view event, so I found a source for it. It was like $100 for this conference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he was dropping very interesting information about how disclosures already been made, and if you haven't gotten it, then you didn't get it, but it has basically dropped. So anyway, that's juicy stuff for me because I've always loved the UFO stuff, even since I was a kid.
Dude, I just struggle with the concept. So, okay, I'm a religious man, and I'm excited about the concept of UFOs, right? The fact that I
don't see a contradiction in myself.
Neither
personally.
do I, right?
And
I don't see it either.
My whole life, I had to be careful because I was supposed to teach my kids one way.
Yep.
Which they have been, and now they hear me talking about Jesus coming back in a spaceship, and they think I'm crazy. Yeah.
Well, so I used to tell people
that
the simple definition of God is a interdimensional creature, right? So ultimately, that's a super simple definition for God, right?
Well, look at all the drawings that back in the up the Bible, Ezekiel, all the definition, or not the definition, the descriptions of dreams and of different people. I mean, there's evidence,
Okay.
Okay.
No. I get you, but I look at it this way. Yes, I believe in God. I'm a Catholic, because I'm Italian. And if you say, well, that doesn't necessarily mean you're a Catholic. Show me a Jewish Italian.
Yes, it does.
Show me a Jewish Italian because I've never seen one.
I'm German. I'm Catholic.
Well, technically, you're supposed to be born into the family if you're Jewish.
I'm from Sweden.
It's like a race religion, right?
Yeah,
I think half of Germans are Roman Catholic.
So and then the other half are Protestant. We don't talk about that.
I mean,
but anyways, as I was saying, with the whole thing about aliens, if you read the Bible, and I'm not trying to get biblical, I'm just saying, God created so many things, within those 7 days. Who's to say that he didn't create the aliens on another planet somewhere else during those days?
Well, it's written in the Bible that there are beings on other worlds watching us, right? And learning from what
you got the watchers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so ultimately, I don't believe that those two things are contraindicative. What I actually believe is the greatest sign that there is intelligent life in the universe is that there's not any that is an immediate proximity to us, is the fact that we still exist. Because in the history of encounters between lesser civilizations and greater civilizations,
one tends to stomp out the other.
Correct. That is almost always the result. So I think if we have been visited, then we've been visited by scouts.
Or we've been visited by other species with senses of humor, and they point and laugh at us for being so cavemanish.
Well, because we don't have intelligent life form on this planet.
No, because look at our leaders.
I thought that's where Nighthawk was going with his. That's why I started laughing when he was talking. He was talking about proximity. I thought he was going to say, since there's no intelligence on this planet.
Right. Mm-hmm. So we got a picture out here by Warsaw Patriot. He wants to show off some of the signs he's been working on. You know how Warsaw is. So I'm going to show some of the picturs. So he's been working on a Tula and an Izveshk. I can't even spell it pronounce it properly. He's working on these signs. He did these all himself in his woodwork shop. So that's pretty cool. I got one he did of GunTube, and he did a great job on that one. So, but that's what he works on. If you guys got any gun pictures you'd like to show off, you've got any questions, again, just email us.
I found something for Warsaw. I'm going to share it here.
Does Warsaw sell those?
He does, but you have to contact him because he does them. But I think he does them based on commission.
I saw this on Reddit the other day. Bathrooms in Poland have vomit sinks.
That's pretty awesome, man.
A Polish bathroom. All right.
But look how nice it is.
Actually, that's a pretty nice bathroom, I tell you.
That's a pretty intense purge bin there, man.
Yeah, we just have troughs that everybody pees in, like at stadiums and bars and stuff, Yeah.
Dude, I want one of those in my bathroom so bad because the morning pee gets harder every year. I just want to be able to
your urinal would just be awesome.
You could give your dog a bath in that.
You need to put a bullseye. So he can aim for
all right. Enough of the bathroom chat.
Wait a minute. I'm cross-eyed dominant. How do you do that?
Just aim for the one in the middle. They need to mold urinals with like bullseyes, like in the.
You're gonna have to use a red dot.
I have to hang a red dot on it.
Dude, that's not a bad idea, actually.
Actually, I'm sitting here looking at the logistics of that. I'm good to go since it's a long rifle, so. Let's see. EOTech, Trizicon. Let's see.
So they got Magpul. We need to have phallic pull. So we have like accessories you can bolt on your wang.
Wow.
I've never been happier in my life.
Travis,
some people need a vertical assist. What?
Travis, you used to buy it all the time from Wish. It's called Wang Pull.
Wang Pull. Oh my god.
Wang Pull.
You used to get it from Wish all the time.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So it's a back massager that everybody can buy for $19.99. Okay.
People are need a compensator.
But yeah. Again, if you guys got any more pictures out there, go ahead. If you got any more topics, we can keep going.
The Democrats in Texas are going to stop broadcasting the COVID numbers since 10% of the COVID illnesses seem to be from vaccinated people. They put it in an official announcement.
Well, they got
did you hear what happened in California? Apparently, they're re-shutting everything down, even as they're trying to do the recall.
Yep.
Well, the Democrats that skipped Texas got a few of them got COVID.
Yep.
Like 3 of them.
There was even an athlete from the Olympics that caught COVID, and she was vaccinated, and she had to drop out. I think she was a tennis player.
No. That happened to an alternate gymnast. My girlfriend actually knows her. She's from the KC area.
Alternate, as in she's a trans or alternate?
Alternate.
They have alternates.
So
I'm just kidding. I was just trying to make a joke.
No, I mean, in all this, they're taking two teams in case the primary team gets COVID. They have secondary team, and someone on the secondary team got caught. Got caught. Got caught by COVID.
To the incinerators!
No. Okay. So Warsaw asked me a question, and I'm only gonna read this one. Okay, Warsaw, but he's saying at Night Strike, as far as aliens, do you believe alien abductions are demonic and satanic and can be demons? Well, no. I mean, it depends on your perspective of alien abduction, right?
I'm just saying, why don't I ever get what's the one that's
the anal
Palladian, the Nordic women?
Yeah,
the good-looking blondes.
Right, this man knows exactly what I'm talking about.
So whenever Night Strike gets abducted, he goes, "Hey, cuz."
I think if they were demonic and satanic, they would have already made some destruction.
If they were really intent to do harm, like a demon or Satan worshiper would, then they would have done the harm already.
What is it my grandfather used to say? It is the pride of humans knows no bounds. The concept that Satan would stand around waiting to set a trap for you is indisputable proof that we are too proud to continue to exist without self-destruction when he could just set up an ambush that you'd fall into over and over again voluntarily.
You read that recently, haven't you?
No. I heard that my entire life. My entire life, when I'd be like, Satan made me do it, that man would turn to me and say, listen to your pride. That trap's been in place since before you were thought of.
The thirst trap was.
All of them.
What your father meant was, I tried that when I was your age, and it didn't work for me then either.
Well, what I've heard people say that believe in demons, or the theory I've heard is that some people think the aliens are actually multidimensional beings, and that people have just confused them with demons and Satan over the.
Well, there's that one too, yeah.
I can buy in on multidimensional beings. I believe in that there are other dimensions. So
yeah. So do I.
I believe in the multiverse.
So
somewhere out there,
that makes sense. Popping in and out makes sense for disappearing ships, right?
Yep. You don't have to travel through space. You just have to travel through the spaces in between.
Right.
Yeah, but we also saw a movie about that sometimes it's not good to travel between the spaces in between.
Are we talking about one of the 1990s let's make scary movies about outer space?
Yeah, Event Horizon.
Event Horizon. Okay.
Let's use a black hole to go between dimensions.
No, wormhole, not a black hole.
No, actually, they created a mini.
They had a wormhole generator. Yeah.
They had a mini black hole that would create a wormhole that would make them travel through a different dimension to get from point A to point B. That's how.
But there's the wormhole connects the two. There's no door you can go through. Once you're in the wormhole, you're going into the other space.
Yeah, they went to the Warhammer 40 dimension. Yeah, universe.
The Warhammer dimension, that'd be.
Yeah.
Okay, Warsaw's saying if an alien abduction is to do tests and do harm on human beings, it's satanic and demonic. Demons.
Well, that's just your impression of what it is.
Well, that's your impression.
It could be science, right?
They think it's science. We think it's demonic, right?
I'm just saying there's a lot to be learned inside the butthole of another human being.
It's a perspective thing, right?
Yeah, it is perspective. Yeah. But if they don't kill the subject, then is it really that evil? If the subject survives the tests,
what does that say?
Well, let's conceptualize whether or not it's evil to test, cosmetics on kitty cats and puppy dogs, right? So,
right.
Ultimately, if they consider us to be a kitty cat or a puppy dog, in their eyes, it's a necessary evil.
Right.
Well, the other thing is,
but again, if they don't kill us doing the tests, are they demonic?
If they are the ones that actually altered our DNA, then technically, we can't complain too much.
Yeah.
Right?
Or the reason they're here, maybe, possibly.
A lot of the things in my life that didn't kill me messed me up a lot.
Well, I would argue that you were probably messed up before that anyways.
Fair. We'll go with that.
Who knows? You might have been dropped on your head at birth. Who knows?
Nighthawk is one of their test subjects. He had special DNA.
You did volunteer to be a medic, okay? I'm just saying.
I can promise you would hear about an alien trying to abduct me for a month on the local news.
Oh, they don't torture people over and over till they die. That's ridiculous.
You would never hear the end of that. The firefight that would take place would register on the Richter scale.
Part of Chattanooga was destroyed the other night when an alien ship tried to abduct a man who only goes on the internet by the name of Nighthawk Medic.
I thought you were going to say Artisan Tony.
Coverage at 5.
They would have to vaporize my house to get me out.
I got some bismuth ammo for my XM15.
let me get my XM15.
I actually did make some. I made some bullets out of bismuth. I don't know if
did you really?
Yeah.
God, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
that'd be a lot of fun.
I'll just get some silver bullets from Norm. That'll fix it, right?
I like shotguns a lot. Within range of me, there's at least 200 rounds of shotgun ammunition in magazines ready to go right now.
Nice.
Hypothetically, right? Just in case
hypothetically, yeah. So, hypothetically, any alien entering this house would be melted by lead walls.
Well, they're just gonna control your mind before you have a chance to rack the slide.
Yeah,
I've done way too much alcohol in my life for that to be. They're gonna get in there and be like, "What the fudge bunnies is going on here?
Why is this not working?"
Dude, I looked for the reset button. It was next to the one that said "Go bananas" and lose the filter.
Yeah. So there's that. I don't have.
See, isn't that more fun than talking about just guns alone? Guns with aliens is a lot more fun.
Hey! If you've got a topic to bring out and contribute to the chat, all for it. I'm okay about talking about other stuff. Just as long as we get the gun stuff out of the way first.
I had Mexican food tonight, and I'm
open comment period on the high flow shower heads. Make sure you get over there and put your 2 cents in there before the government tells us how much water can come out of our shower heads again.
Right.
No, so I have
how much water we can collect.
I have 4 things in this house that I invested heavily in to ensure that I am not repressed by the communist government. The first thing is I bought all high flow toilets.
Hell yeah!
The problem is you can't buy you can't really buy non. I mean, you can, but if you just go to a normal store, they're all like 1.6 gallons per flush.
Yep.
And so it's not like I heard that on the news. I was like, well, where are these toilets that don't? They didn't stop making the 1.6, right? When Trump or whatever was supposedly.
Yeah.
So what they did was they turned Trump into a boogeyman, but manufacturers weren't actually manufacturing.
We're not on it.
3 gallons of flush, that doesn't exist anymore.
Those haven't been around in a long time. There was a house that was being torn down, and I bought half the toilets out of that house, and then I bought some others out of another place.
I'm so cheap. Whenever we did have 3 gallons, I would put a milk jug full of water in there just to keep it chubby.
Start drilling out their
That's a brilliant idea, man.
High flow, low rate. Yep. Drill out that third hole.
Yeah. Oh my God. Crazy. Now, I like a shower head that controls water, because I like to sometimes after the gym soak in the shower for an hour, right? And having a moderate water flow, like a controlled water flow, prevents you from putting 50% of the hot water down the drain and not getting it on you, right? But I also like to be able to crank that thing open first thing in the morning and just, hog out all the parts that have gotten stinky overnight.
Warsaw wants to come in and talk about Pinko guns.
No, he probably wants to go on about how abduction is demonic and satanic.
Yeah, that's just so subjective. I don't know.
Yeah, it is subjective by one certain viewpoint. But, I mean, if he has his email, he probably can just use the email to jump in if he wants to.
I mean, you can't, there's no way you can speak to the motive of an alien, right?
Right. Now, how do we know? How do we know whether they want to be
even
nice
if
or
they're doing even if what we think is a bad act, it doesn't mean that they think it's bad or it's didn't. You know what I mean? It's just.
Yeah, I go back to the concept behind what is, we do experimentations with animals, et cetera, et cetera. To them, is that the same concept if there is an alien species, right?
Right. Warsaw, he's saying he's no more alien talk.
Sorry. I couldn't get to the mute button fast enough. My wife is sending me a message on Instagram.
She probably wants to jump in on alien chat.
See, New York Outcast gets it. There are times where you must be sandblasted in the shower. But for me also, there are times where I like to soak under that thing.
Well, keep it to yourself. Soak in your own time.
I'll send them to you later tonight.
Oh, God.
I'll set up all the parts to make you have to fantasize about what might be under there.
Oh, God, please don't.
I'll give you a hint.
Oh, God, please don't.
Ooh, it's a snake. Oh, it's a snake.
Oh, God, I'm taking my glasses off.
Badger.
I'm taking my glasses off and hopefully I won't see anything.
Gabriel says they're probing to find compatibility with the 1.6 gallon per flush toilet.
That's the perfect.
They're gonna start selling 80% shower heads. You got to finish out yourself.
No, they're gonna ban those shower heads next.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna 3D print my
tax
shower
stamp on it. It's a high flow.
Tony, you have to pull the 3D printer out of mothball.
Just take the shower head off and let the water come out of the gooseneck.
It's a water hose.
It's a water hose. There you go.
I don't know how many baths I took under a water hose over the years. It's
people start 3D printing their own shower heads now.
Well, they're eventually going to have to do something about 3D printers if they really want to keep us down, because I'm going to tell you right now, that's on my list.
I don't know, man. After I saw how crazy it is to try to get the plastic to stick together, sometimes it'll wear you out. It'll wear your mind out.
Yeah.
So
worrying about it. Unless you have a $50,000 3D printer,
Right. $10,000 with material.
That's what I was going to get.
No, so there's a design for this shotgun that I want to make. It's a 3D printed shotgun, and it uses the plastic parts on it are pretty basic, and since it comes with the code or whatever, it's already programmed on how to do it, and they tell you what machine is required to make it. So
right,
like the buttstock and forearm and all that.
Well, and also it works with a ratcheting chamber, so it's like a 6-gun, right, with a ratchet system in it,
right,
to feed the shotgun shells, and then you put steel sleeve tubes inside of each of those chambers, and or inside of each of those revolver positions, and so it looks a little bit like a street sweeper, only acts like a Panker jackhammer.
Ah, nice.
It's called let's see.
But as far as 3D printing, Daniel says just get a CNC machine.
Well, yeah. 3D print. The Liberator 12K is what it's called.
Liberator 12K. That's good. That's good.
Well, Liberator, that's ironic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, this would be my choice. 6 shots of 12 gauge.
Yeah.
So I wonder what Cody thinks about them stealing his pistol name.
I don't think he thinks about much of anything these days.
You don't know that.
What do you mean?
Isn't
he won his lawsuit or something, right?
Isn't he stuck in prison right now?
No, I don't think so. What did he do? What did he do to get in prison?
What's that? Prostitution or something? Underage?
He solicited an underage prostitute. Yeah.
Oh man, I never.
He's in prison for that. So as I said, I don't think he thinks much of anything right now because he's trying to, keep his cornhole clean.
Cornolio.
Yeah, right. But again, it's just my opinion. I did want to see a lot of you guys here. You guys use social media, right?
No.
Some of you use social media.
A little bit.
We're
on social media right now. So.
Right. Right. So there's Twitter, and I hate Twitter, but have you guys heard about Getter?
Getter?
Yes.
Sounds like something we say in Tennessee.
GETTR. Apparently, it's a platform that was started by an Instagram, not Instagram, but a Twitter type platform that was started by one of Donald Trump's former, advisors.
It was started 16 days ago.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like Trump had somebody else run a trial balloon so he wouldn't have a failure. Right. Here, you go try this out, and if it works, I'll take the.
Feels like that's not the first time I've heard that said.
Right.
Let's see. So this appears to be a predominantly right-leaning news agency.
Yeah, because remember Trump said he was going to start his own social media site, and then it turns out it was just like a vlog or something.
It was just a blog, and nobody.
Yeah, it's not a vlog. A blog.
This looks like Twitter.
It does. That's why I mentioned it. It looked like Twitter. It looks like what I really wanted. What was the other one? The one that started with a P. What was it called?
Well, they make those templates for. I mean, even for Joomla, you can get those templates that look like Twitter that act like.
Well, that's the other one.
Well, I can tell you this: that the majority of the responses on everything conservative on this is a bunch of liberals.
They're trolling it.
Yeah, they're just trolling it. Everything conservative that's said along.
Parler, that's the one I was thinking of.
Parler, yeah. Parler was a cluster fudge bunny. It's
still up.
Mess. It was a mess.
It was a mess. It was a mess. It's still up. It was a mess, but it's still there. So, but
here's the thing. This may sound dumb. Do you really want to be on a social media site with just boring conservatives, or do you?
No.
Yeah, you don't want to be in an echo chamber, but again, you don't want the majority to be the other side either.
Ooh, Ben Carson. I like Ben Carson.
I like Ben Carson.
I grew up with stories of Ben Carson. He and I are the same religion.
Uh-oh.
I think he's a lot smarter than people give him credit for.
Significantly.
He just doesn't know how to act in public sometimes.
Yeah. Well, so Ben Carson grew up with Stop the BS. So his mother hand raised him out of the ghetto, and he became a doctor. He's got just about a 0 BS trigger. So
I know, but when you put some people on the national stage, they kind of freeze up a little bit, or they don't know how to. You know what I mean? He's not a politician, really. He's a really smart guy.
He's done some good stuff with HUD, though. I like it.
Yeah.
So. Did they remove him from HUD, or is he still doing that job? This says he was the 17th secretary. They pulled him out. They probably have Stalin doing it now. Let's see.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, Night Strike.
What's going on?
Hey, you said some guy got arrested for some soliciting or something?
We were talking about Cody Wilson.
Cody Wilson? Oh, yeah, him.
Yeah.
No, let's just say this as much. If Biden was actually doing stuff like that, that guy would be arrested on the spot. I mean, at least.
Night Strike, I need you to post something.
What am I posting?
You haven't posted yet.
What am I posted yet?
On Getter.
Oh, you want me to post something?
Yeah, all that endorsement and no posts.
I just created an account there. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What is it? What does it get? Is it just it's spelled like it sounds?
It's GETTR.com.
Getter.
Getter.
That's how you must say that from now on. Get over there, dog, and get her.
Yeah.
G-E-T-T-E-R or just R?
No E.
Golf, Echo, Tango, Romeo.
There you go. Now I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, they have a picture of Pelosi in a mask.
Yeah.
What's this website? I had to step away for a few minutes. What's going on?
Type in a Google blue. Golf, Echo, Tango, Romeo. Parlor is terrible.
.com.
Couldn't do anything with.
You forgot to sing the .com.
.com.
Daniel says that Night Strike isn't GunTube an echo chamber. Well, of sorts. Videos
Not
you can't
really.
post on. It's videos you can't post on YouTube anymore. So is that an echo chamber? Well, yeah, I guess if you want to be technical, but at the same time, where else are you going to post them if you can't post them on YouTube? Answer me that.
So my question is, so it's now coming out that this vaccination is doing absolutely nothing for people, right?
Right.
Over and over and over again. So, okay.
That's a lie.
Well, hang on. So are they getting sick because there's a variant? Or are they getting sick because it's just the fact that there's no complete way to gain immunity to any virus out there, really? Right?
So there's a whole bunch of things added to the whole mix.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that I had COVID in November of 2019, and my immune system seems to be working just fine because I've not contracted it again since.
I had it in March of 2020. Yeah, right there when it first became popular.
I had it in July of 2020. And I survived. So
because we were all the construction companies were told keep going, don't stop.
Yep. There's too much money.
We weren't wearing masks or anything.
Everybody's home. Well, we got it before. So I had an employee that had flu-like symptoms. Right? We didn't. We thought it was the flu, but it wasn't in flu season. So we sent her to get cared for, and just like a week later, man. Somebody tried to kill me, I felt like, right? I felt like I had full-blown flu. And so I went to my doctor, and he's sitting there looking me over and so forth, and he does the flu test on me. He says, we don't know what this is. It acts like the flu. You're going to feel like you have the flu. He says, but we don't know what it is. It's some kind of virus. And so he gave me an incentive spirometer, sent me home, told me to care for myself like I would if I had the flu. And, I was dead for 2 weeks, man. It was awful. And I'm a heart patient, right? It wasn't easy to come back from that. But I used the incentive spirometer so it kept my lungs open, right? And then I came out on the backside of it. Good to go. And then this entire pandemic, it's just, I feel like maybe we've been fed a lot of crap and that it's coming to roost now. And I'm a little sick of it.
Now, what about the people that actually have died and actually have fall victim to this, though?
Yeah, do a little math on how many people succumb to the flu, viral pneumonia.
No, but
let me give Warsaw a statistic.
Let me explain this. Though,
Hold on a second, okay? Before you do that, go find out how many people. Just ask the question: what happened to the flu during the pandemic? It almost went away, and no, it didn't. There were people still dying of the flu, and they were marking it down as COVID. Do you know?
Look,
did you see you haven't seen the articles of these counties going back and reevaluating how they've counted their deaths, and they've lowered the death toll. because they were counting people who just died from symptoms, and they mark it down as COVID without even testing them.
Go right now to a city in your state,
Honestly,
something small that doesn't have a hospital that receives federal money, and see how many COVID cases they diagnosed.
Honestly, I'm just sick and tired of the whole bullshit on the vaccine or non-vaccine.
Everybody is. Everybody is. That's the point.
Dude, I don't care if you took the vaccine or not. I don't think it did anything for people.
But regardless,
it's the problem.
As far as COVID, you have to agree. Anybody who's like a heavy-duty smoker or has been abusing their body,
they could die.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the flu does the same thing. Viral pneumonia does the same thing.
Yeah.
And for the first time in history, a president stood in front of his country and said, we're going to send strike forces to your city to go door to door to make sure you get vaccinated. And I want to know why.
He's a zealot.
Yeah.
He's a zealot.
Yeah.
He's like David Chipman.
If the vaccinations really did work, then why is California closing down again?
Well, here's the thing. I had my father get it. There was nothing about it that was potentially deadly. The vaccination itself, right? There was nothing about it that could potentially have killed my father any faster than having contracted COVID would kill my father. I know that coronaviruses are real, okay? I've been exposed to SARS before. I know that 20-some-odd% of the common cold are coronaviruses. I know that all those things are real. So COVID-19 was real, but it wasn't an end of the world. And it seems to still be the tool that people are using to scare people and to make people to keep people under control. And I think that's something that we must pay attention to, whether we believe the vaccination does this, that, or the other, right?
Well, and the question you asked about California shutting down again, or somebody mentioned that. Well, why wouldn't California want to have a reason to shut down again, right?
Yeah.
Why would California not want to shut down the economy again, right?
New York City is next.
They're going through a whole bunch of shootings, same as Chicago. And they're still open.
So, I mean, never, you can't let a tragedy go to waste if you're a liberal, You just can't.
It's not specifically. Well, the problem is, Tony, it's not just the liberals. It's if you're a Democrat in general. Because
the term is interchangeable.
Well, not entirely, because remember there's also the Antifa Democrats that are completely
there are two
off
types
the
of
wall.
Democrats. There's two types of Democrats. There's moderate regulars, which are kind of like conservatives, and then we got the freaking radicals that are.
I haven't seen any moderate Democrats in a long time.
I haven't seen any moderate Democrats in a while either.
The moderates are in hiding. That's for sure.
The moderates are hiding right now because the progressives and again, as Tony said, the liberals, the progressives, and the radicals, as Warsaw calls it, which are the ones that are tearing places up. And those are the ones in charge of the party now.
And I used to have a belief system wherein I would vote for the best man who I thought would do the job. And that meant I voted for some Democrats over the time. And I wouldn't piss on a Democrat if they were on fire right now in a voting booth for president of the United States.
I mean,
because they're not a Democrat anymore. They're a communist.
Well, back in the old days, we had Democrats. Like, look at Kennedy. That was a great American right there.
Well, Kennedy was taking his orders from a Republican. That's why they killed him.
But regardless, I'm sure there's some good Democrats out there that are on our side and not agree with this crap.
Yeah. Our culture was just different back then.
It was. Kennedy would be labeled a staunch conservative.
Even Democrats watched Leave It to Beaver in the 50s. Okay,
we'd actually be American. We would if America was like it was then. Now, we'd be American now instead of what we are. I guess now. I don't know.
Well, so the price of eternal vigilance is too high for most people, right?
Exactly.
And we can't sit in this chat and judge from a peered throne, right? None of us have taken up rifles and marched on the Capitol and demanded our rights back, right? So we've not maxed out our capabilities in regards to stopping tyranny, right? None of us.
No, but when we're threatened by the president saying, anyone that tries to take over the government, we've got nuclear weapons and F-15s.
So let him speak. Maybe he doesn't mean it.
That's just old man talk. I mean,
he's like
no reasonable president would ever say that. Right.
He's just zealous.
When he yells.
Yeah.
Well,
guys like Chipman.
Bill Clinton was too smart to talk like that.
Yeah, Bill Clinton was very smart.
Yeah.
I don't think people give Clinton enough credit. He was a sex addict, but he had brains.
Mm-hmm.
He wiggled his way out of a lot of garbage. And
emphasis on wiggled.
Yeah. He also managed to get the entire Epstein thing put under wraps. So you have to admire his skills.
Well, all that took was a piece of rope,
Well,
or somebody choked him to death.
Wonder for a minute. So the girlfriend has just poofed.
Poofed, yeah.
Yeah, right?
No, here's the question. Why is Hillary not in jail? It's been 3 years now?
Did you really think Hillary was going to jail?
Yeah, if you really thought Hillary was going to jail, I got another thing to tell you.
Anybody here really think that she was going to jail?
Somehow she has immunity. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's just,
last time I checked, it's got to be somebody in the Supreme government.
If your husband is slinging D on Pervert Island with every other high-level member of government, you are the queen of government.
The thing about it is, if you really want to escape prison, just run for president, because our country, for some reason, will not touch a person running for president.
No, they will not. Yep.
Yeah, like I said, it's got to be somebody in the Supreme Court in order to arrest somebody.
Yeah.
All right, so we've gone the hour. So let's go through the room and give the final words of wisdom and get out of here. I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'm gonna go get some food. So
that sounds good.
It's too close to bedtime to be eating.
Yeah, well, you're an old man. I still got a couple hours left. So, Nighthawk, you got any words of wisdom for our viewers out there?
Take a new person shooting. That's still one of the greatest political advocacy processes you can do. I don't care what your political organization is. When you get out and shoot, you invariably start to trigger within them a feeling that this might be something they want to do. My daughter actually drug her kind of moderate boyfriend to the shooting range with us, and now he wants to go again because he had the time of his life.
Yeah, it's just like the people who are anti-gun, some of them have never shot a gun, so they don't understand. But once you get behind the trigger and you shoot that target, you're like, I understand everything completely now.
It just clears it up.
It finally clicks. I understand why people are so adamant about these things. This is fun.
Is now complete.
But yeah, take a new person shooting. If you do nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. Take a new person shooting. All right, George, what you got for us?
I got a little proverb I've heard about. El mundo es un pañuelo. Meaning the world is a handkerchief, which is just another saying of it's a small world.
Okay. We need more Spanish in Hit or Miss, so we're getting the bilingual out. So thank you, George.
You're welcome.
All right. Tony, you have anything you'd like to tell everyone, as we're closing?
Oh, I don't know. I always have a hard time with quotes.
No blue.
Just do what we do. Say what we say in construction. Just do something, even if it's wrong.
Okay. Because at least if you do it wrong, you can eventually do it right.
Doing something wrong is better than doing nothing. It's an old what is that Roosevelt quote that I use on my thing?
The best thing possible is to do the right thing. The middle round is to do the wrong thing, and the worst thing is to do nothing.
Yeah, and that's why we've simplified it in construction. We just say, just do something, even if it's wrong.
Okay, all right. Warsaw, words of wisdom.
I got something for you in Polish.
Oh God, okay. Give it
translation in English.
Lay it on us. We're getting multilingual here. Okay, what's it mean?
Not yet lost.
It
Okay.
takes 8 Polish people to change a light bulb.
America's not yet lost. Okay, that's good. That's good. But we're getting there. We're getting there. But Travis, you still with us, buddy?
Yeah, I'm just taking it all in.
We're going all over the place here. So Travis, you got any words of wisdom on Espanol?
You know what, man? If it feels good, just do it. You know, that's all.
Okay.
That's it.
All
You want
right.
a double cheeseburger, fries, man, go eat it because you might not be here tomorrow. So, damn it.
So no
Okay,
Spanish,
George
Travis?
Harrison.
Come on, kids. Let's all go to Chick-fil-A.
all right. Let's go Chick-fil-A. All right. Like Night Max said, take someone new shooting if you can. Live a good life. Other than that, vaya con Dios, mi amigos, and we'll see you on the next one.
Adios, Felicia.
And
Adios,
don't forget
Felicia.
to spay and neuter your animals too. So
Right. Don't forget to spay and neuter your animals and
Not yourself. Have the vet.
spay and neuter any liberals you might know out there. Okay.
Well, only if it's legal to do so in your jurisdiction.
Yes, because we don't want them to reproduce.
So with that, we'll see you guys later. So, was it hasta mañana?
Hasta mañana.
Yeah, hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Hasta la vista.
Adios. Me gusta Patron.
Arrivederci. Avidase.
What
was the Russian? Das Vidanya. Das
Vidanya.
Was it?
Sayonara.
Sayonara. Yeah, sayonara. I forget. I'm forgetting Chinese what Chinese is, but other than that, you know what? We're getting out of here. We'll see you guys later. Take it easy. And how do I turn this damn thing off?
Wishy. Hey, what about the red button? No, the green
no,
one.
No, we don't touch the red button. I said don't touch the red button.
Red button.
I think it's the green one. I think it's the green one.
Try it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
Shall I be friends?